Hey guys, CryptoBytes here once again. I'm your host Rob. We got Rick down below. We're going to be highlighting what we think is probably one of the most interesting metaverse games on Cardano. They are going to be launching their land sales at the beginning of March. So we just want to go highlight this. I don't think it's getting its the attention it's deserved. They've already announced probably like three really big partnerships
Hmm.
that they're going to be working with. So, let's get into this, guys. We're going to be talking about metadams.
Oh, you mean it's not Met Adams? Oh, my world is completely shaken. I've been trying to figure out where these atoms are. Oh man.
No, this is metadams. It is a beaver-themed game, and it is Cardano's first play to stake or stake to play game.
Yeah, expand on that because I think that this is kind of cool, and if it catches on, it's so much bigger than Cardano.
Right. So, Cardano has shifted from a proof of stake to a proof of yield chain. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yield, that's right,
Some
baby.
people have some concerns, but this game says that if you play at an optimal level, you can boost your returns greater than what you received for just staking it into a stake pool. So I think
You
right,
know, sorry.
yeah, I think right now it's like 4.5% on average if you stake into a pool over the course of a year. Obviously, some pools are a little bit different. If you stake into a lower saturated stake pool, your returns could be higher. But they're saying if you stake into one of their partner pools, you could potentially get maybe 7 to 8% if you play optimally.
That to me, I mean, that's awesome, and I'm noticing this is kind of the trend now in the Cardano universe. Proof of stake, yeah, you stake your ADA, and that makes the system work, the chain work. But
Yeah.
I'm finding that all these developers and stuff are finding cool new creative ways to get you to have your ADA make you even more ADA than just merely staking it.
Right.
I feel kind of like a pleb.
So the smart contracts and just the way the UTXO model works, it allows this to happen on the layer
Cool.
one chain. So on their website, under their gameplay tab, it gives you a broad overview of what the game would be like. Um,
Hmm.
we got a basic tile here with some windmills or solar panels down over here, right? So basically, you delegate ADA to a partner pool, and depending on the ADA that you have in your wallet at time of delegation, that will be your in-game currency. And then you can buy some of these power sources right here. Now, these power sources, they have a base ROA return. If you go down to just the basic power source tile, it's a biomass, right?
Cool.
And the basic ROA is 3%. And if you stake 10 ADA, you're able to purchase this building. And there's resources in the game. This one requires wood, and if you do an action on the building, depending on how often you do it and depending how infrequently someone else is doing it with the same
Hmm.
building, that will
Hmm.
give you a bigger yield, right?
That's cool.
Right. Yeah. So these different buildings have different base ROAs. The solar panels have a 3.2%, wind turbine 3.4, uh, the dam reactor is up at 3.6, and the highest base ROA is a nuclear reactor at 3.8%. This is going to cost you 1,000 in-game ADA. So again, you don't pay ADA for these. You stake your ADA, which gives you the in-game equivalent, and then you purchase your buildings with it, and that'll give you the base ROA, and then depending on how optimal you play, that will give you the bigger boost, potentially 5+%, which is pretty interesting. It's the first of its kind.
It almost seems like if I'm doing the math correctly in my head, that even just starting this off baseline and putting your data into this kind of game and buying, let's say, the most basic of basic power stuff and not even maintaining it will still like net you the same yield as just staking it with a pool anyways. Like, what do you have to lose? Try it out.
Right, yes, and when you purchase, like you said, when you purchase the building, you're not using the ADA in your wallet. It just gets translated to the in-game currency. Now, over here,
Yeah.
this talks about kind of how you can optimize your yield. You collect resources, and then you do a function, and you get ADA every 5 days. Right? If you're wondering how are they able to do this, well, I mean, it tells you in their white paper right here under the
Hmm.
first play to stake under section 1.2. It goes over some of the definitions, but over here, right here, it says basically when you delegate ADA, right, you receive uh, AR, which is your ADA rewards, your in-game ADA. So AS is your ADA staked, AR is your ADA rewards,
Yeah.
and then it goes into gives you a basic example on how that would work out if you have certain amount of ADA in your wallet and you purchase a building, and then some more math right here if you want to verify it on how the whole distribution um,
Hmm.
versus everybody and how that would pay out, right? So pretty interesting. Here is their light wallet, and it gives you this one gives you a basic breakdown of how it works. So essentially, a player entered the game with 100 ADA. They'll be asked to delegate that into the pool. So it's basically whatever's in your wallet, and then that will give you the in-game currency. And then out of the 5 power sources, you're able to purchase one or multiples of it. And depending on what you do, again,
Hmm.
it increases your yield. And again, here are some of the basic uh, power sources right here, their minimum ROAs, and what you need to do to boost your yield. Kind of the basic action you have to do every day. And
Your
then
dailies, if you
yeah,
will.
it's a daily thing. Like let's say Decentraland, right? If you're familiar with I think the Wonderland where you go mine the asteroids, it's kind of like that.
The Wonderland.
Yeah. And then here's some basic breakdown of the team.
That's
They're
cool.
not doxed, but Lysu's pretty active in the Discord, and then some of the team
Oh, they're
members
not
down over
docked,
here.
but docked teams are my favorite team.
Yeah, maybe they'll be doxed one day,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
right?
Please don't get doxed, guys. But
So
if you do, well, you.
so they released their map not too long ago. Okay,
Hmm.
so this is their map. It's a series of circles with an inner
Huh.
circle right here.
Rick Sanchez has something to say about this.
So the inner circle with these light green tiles, this is where the city is going to be at. Okay. And there was some alpha release in the Discord. Okay. So the closer you are to the city, they might have some benefits. So maybe less travel time to sell some resources to generate more
Hmm.
in-game currency. Um, some of the partnerships that were announced, like Shield Kong's, Liquid Finance, they're going to have booths or they're going to have like buildings for people to interact.
I
So I
see.
think the Shield Kongs might have like a hangout bar where you can go in there and do Shield Kong stuff. Liquid Finance, they're going to have a booth, a banner that you can click on and it'll take you to their website. But you can already see here some basic uh, resources. These
Hmm.
gray looking ones here, let's just zoom in. These are uranium deposits. So you
Cool.
can farm some uranium here. If you go up over here to these darker greens, these are wood. These are log resources. There's sand tiles. Obviously, the blue is water, right? And they're doing a unique thing that we haven't seen in any of these metaverses games. For something like Pavia, when you mint a land, you're allocated a random tile somewhere in the world.
Right.
Metadams, once you're going to be able to connect your wallet, and then you can choose which tile you can mint right here. So about a quarter of the land will be available. March 1st is when minting is open.
Huh.
Okay,
That's
they're
kind of
they're,
cool.
they're releasing about I think it's about 6,000 land parcels, 4,000 for the public, about 2,000 for whitelisted people that got in on the season one and season two
Hmm.
early on. They minted back in December. It was a very stealth launch. I didn't hear about it until the Muesli Swap partnership, and that's when like okay, let me take a look at this. I got into
And
their
that's crazy because you live on like the bleeding edge.
Well, I got into their Discord. I started asking questions. I was very kind of skeptical. Wanted to do my own research, but
Hmm.
it seems okay. It seems like a pretty interesting project, and I'm very warm to it. And just being able to mint choose which land you can mint is pretty cool because let's say you have a bioreactor, right? You want to be near wood and you want to be near water. Well, maybe you want to
Right.
choose this parcel right here, right? It's close to your wood and you can build pipes into the water over here.
Hmm.
Or maybe you want to be closer to the city or something so you can sell your goods quicker, right? Maybe you want to choose something like over here. So, if you're interested on the beavers, it's a two-part thing. So you need land to enter the world, right? Just to
Okay.
enter the
Okay.
world, you need land. Um, but you also need a beaver, and the
Hmm.
prime beavers will give you some in-game perks depending on their traits. We don't know what those are, but some of the traits in the beavers seem pretty obvious of what that might be. So we're going to go over to cnft.tools/prime beavis. So there's only 5,000 of these prime beavers, okay?
Hmm.
And depending what traits they have, like I said, they might do something like this one right here. This one has a uranium rod in its mouth. Does that mean you're going to get increase uranium resources when you farm that tile? Is it going to reduce the amount of resources you need to maintain that building? It is unknown right now, but I mean, some of these are pretty obvious. Maybe they're too obvious that it won't be, right? This one has water spitting out of its mouth. So some buildings require water. And some of them are just cool looking, like this top hat with a blue lightsaber in its mouth with a hyperspace background.
Oh yes, the red Ultra Mega Man.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. Actually, that's really cool. That one has 3D glasses.
Right. And if we go over here to CNFT, sorry, OpenCMT.io, you can see what the floor price is. It's about 100 ADA. When the Liquid announcement, the Liquid Finance partnership hit the Twitters, we see
Hmm.
this giant spike right here of people trying to buy beavers.
Sick.
Yeah, right. And you can see which who when the sale happened. Hey, we just had a sale 5 minutes ago. Again, floor price is about 100 ADA, and it's I think pretty cheap right now considering where the price of ADA is if if you're keeping your eye on the charts.
I mean, hey man, the floor's the limit here. I'm waiting to just back that dump truck in. Hmm.
Right, you can load up your wallet so you can stake into the game and maybe generate some more ADA returns. So, oh, here's another thing too. If you don't have a land, they did say that maybe in the future there'll be a smart contract that uh you can work on someone's land. Maybe partner up with a buddy and work on their land.
Oh, you mean kind of similar to what they did in Axie Infinity?
Axie Infinity sharecropping.
Sure, great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a student athlete. I get you. Student athlete.
Right, right. So if you're interested in checking out this metaverse game, it's metaverse.io. Check out their Twitter. I think it's like Beavis. We'll put it in the links below. Definitely check out their white paper and their light paper if you're interested in how the mechanics will work out. Again, they've had some high profile partnerships with Muesli Swap. Let me see if I can try to find it down over here. Here it is. Chilled Kongs, okay? Muesli
Mm.
Swap, Cardax, Liquid, Epoch Art, Ligidity. These are some high profile partnerships that we're going to be working with Metadams or having some sort of banner or booth in the game. So I don't know. It brings it to a little bit more credible level for those
Yeah.
that are skeptical. Um, but like I said, I've tried to do my own research. I've been in their Twitter Discord. Remember to stay hydrated if you're trying to grind on that whitelist.
Dehydrated.
Right, right. So again, it's a play to stake game. It's a way for you to boost your return. Um, yeah, I mean, it's pretty interested in check out the game. And with that, we're out.
Have a good one, guys.